What is going on, guys? It is Buchanka here, and today I am bringing you another video on this glorious Saturday. I am at work, and so I have some free time here, so I figured I'd make a quick video on something I just heard in the news. So, if you watch him, maybe you do, maybe you don't, you know him, you don't like him, maybe you've seen him. Sean Hannity was on his show the other night, and he basically disagreed with Trump on Trump's support for the Michigan protesters that were at the state capitol, armed in vests and long guns and holstered pistols, most likely. That were protesting the governor to open up the state and to let businesses get back to business. Okay, so. Sean Hannity said, and I'm not quoting this, this is sort of paraphrasing what he said on his show, basically said that this is no way to get your point across. This is going to make us look bad. It's a bad image. No one's going to side with you on this if you continue to do this. And the police could have been hurt. It's going to make us look bad if something bad were to happen. So I disagree with Trump on that. And Hannity went on to say that he is a Second Amendment supporter. He says he has a concealed carry permit. In my opinion, no one should have to have a permit to carry a gun. That's my opinion, and that's a lot of people would agree with me on that. But where I have to disagree with Sean Hannity on this is the fact that, with that kind of mentality and with that kind of talk and attitude towards the situation, how in the hell would this country have been founded, if we had people who thought like Sean Hannity did right there? Okay, if you had the majority of people in this country before the startup of the American Revolution, why would we even be here as a country if we all had that mentality like Sean Hannity did? Well, I like the fact that, we could, be our own country and, independent from England, but, violence, is that really the answer? I think we should just keep, sending letters to the king and, maybe he'll let us become our own country and, maybe he'll stop taxing us, maybe he'll stop doing this. Violence isn't the answer. It's going to make us look bad. It's not going to be good for our image, And then, if we have armed support and, we arm ourselves, the British soldiers that are here, sleeping in our homes and, sleeping in our barns, and we have to feed them and do everything, if we arm ourselves against them, someone might get hurt, someone might get shot, then what's going to happen? Okay? If that sort of mentality was like that back during the revolutionary time, during the colonial era, before the American Revolution, I don't think we would have had a country, okay? I don't think we would have had a country, to be honest, okay? So, where Sean Hannity is getting off on this is that, it's, and I get what he's saying, okay? You want to be able to bring words to the table first, and then, if necessary, last resort, violence could happen, okay? But that is something you want to stay far from unless you've done every single option, talking, debating, disagreeing, agreeing, whatever. Everything's out on the table, everyone's talking, decisions and deals are being made, which is what Trump's told the state governor of Michigan to basically make a deal with them, cut a deal with them, talk to these people, okay? All right? Now, upon doing that, I agree to an extent with Hannity on that, okay? That, I get what he's saying, okay? I get what he's trying to go for. That you have to talk first, use your words first, all right? But where he totally just goes downhill with it is just like, oh, well, the guns, the look of force, the militia look, oh, no, that's that's not a good look. What that look is telling that governor and other governors, hey, we are American citizens here. We have a Second Amendment right. We have a First Amendment right. We have a Constitution. We have human rights here in this country. And you keep doing what you're doing. You keep enforcing, jackboot thug police officers to go around arresting people, fining people, inciting people. The further you keep doing it, that is what you're going to have to deal with. Okay? It's basically saber rattling is what these guys are doing. What the protesters were doing. They're telling people, hey, we're here. We're here. Don't forget that we have a Second Amendment. If you start sending up corrupt police officers around arresting people and you don't do anything about it and you're just letting it happen and you're enforcing it more and more and more, eventually someone is going to get hurt. Someone is going to get killed. Someone is going to get shot. Something is going to break out. So you have to realize that there are Americans here who are willing to stand up for their rights and defend themselves if it gets pushed too far. All right? They're not out there ready to shoot somebody, the moment a cop, does something wrong. No, if it gets, it's letting them know that this is what to expect, what you're going to see. If you have more police officers not doing their jobs, not upholding their oath of office that they took in, before they were actually put into the police force, sorry. But they have to realize that there are people here who are getting their rights violated. And don't get me wrong, we've done the social distancing, we've wearing the masks, we've closed businesses down for a while. The numbers don't add up. Nothing adds up anymore. We've kept up with their little guidelines, okay? But now we can't be dependent on unemployment. We can't be dependent on, government handouts, $1,200 checks, okay? It took me like 2 months to get mine, okay? 2 months to get that check, all right? So nothing works fast in the government. So people, if they need a house payment, they need a car payment, they need to feed their kids, they need to get back to work, okay? And all over Facebook, I'm seeing people get mad over this thing, saying like, oh, why are they're not enforcing the masks anymore, or they're opening beaches, or businesses are starting to open up. Oh my God, good, thank you for helping to curb the virus. I'm thinking it this way. If you're scared, excuse me, if you're scared, if you don't want to go back to work, if you don't want to, you want to stay inside, wear a mask, live in fear, do it. Go, stay there. All right? But the rest of the American people need to get back to work. People want to go back to work. Okay? Yeah, it was cool. They had like a 2-3 week vacation. But then when the bills start pouring in and there's no food in the fridge, I think I better get back to work. All right? So I'm sorry that this kind of dragged off a little bit sideways, and I ranted a little bit about that, but it's all connected. Okay? Everything I'm talking about right here, it's all connected. It is connected because, everything has a cause and effect. Okay? So the cause of this virus is causing people and politicians to get their power and do what they do, and you have people who are going against those people, against that power grabbing, that power drive that these liberal politicians have, and what they're doing and what they're showing on a weekly basis. You're going to have the Americans who know that they have rights, who are gun owners, who are Second Amendment supporters, who are First Amendment supporters, who are, just proud to be Americans, okay? They have their rights, and they know that their rights are being violated. They're not sheep. They know what they have as a right in this country as a human being. Okay, so the moment that starts happening, and these politicians are showing their true colors more and more every day, and they're enforcing it with their colors being shown, these American people are not going to take it much longer. So this was their show of force. But you have people like Sean Hannity who claim, who lecture and say, I'm Second Amendment this, I'm anti-abortion, or I'm pro-First Amendment. You know, they go up every night in front of the camera in their suits, you know, got their makeup, got their earpiece on, and they're every night they're doing that, okay? But yet, and they like to say, tell it what like it is, and they like to say what, you know, what's on their mind and what they're thinking and their opinions, and you know, always quick to call out whenever a liberal politician is enforcing some new gun law or new gun law propositions or something, you know, anti-gun rallies. You know, I've seen, you know, Hannity specials to where, you know, he's talking about, you know, anti-gun things and his opinions and thoughts on it. And yeah, he sounds like he's very pro-Second Amendment. He sounds like he's very, you know, pro everyone else having a gun, okay? But then now when the time came, when the Second Amendment was finally, it was not, well, not finally, but when it's, you know, getting put into use, the Second Amendment is being put to use, okay? In this situation, he's like, oh no, this is gonna make us look bad. Give me a break, okay? I had respect for Sean Hannity, okay? I had some respect, but he is that conservative to where he's willing to say he has the claws, he's willing to say he has the cojones to you know, stand up for, you know, your rights and everything. But then the moment the time comes, now the claws go away, the balls fade away, and you know, he's just like, oh well, that's no way to get your point across. Well, I gotta think, and I'm gonna go around in a circle here again, but imagine that mentality in the upbringing of this country, okay? If we had that kind of thinking, we would not be here as a country, okay? All right. So Sean Hannity he sounds like a cool guy. He sounds like somebody who knows what he's talking about, okay? But he's not the type now to where I see him now as a guy who's not willing to take the gloves off if the time came, okay? You stand by what you say, you stand by what you believe in, but the moment it happens, you have to stand with it no matter what. You can't flip-flop around on it. You can't be like, oh yeah, I'm a hardcore Second Amendment supporter and I believe in the First Amendment and I believe in America and human rights and everything, and you know, yeah, I'm so hardcore gun-ho for this. But then, you know, when the time comes, they're like, wait, hey, aren't you the one who supports the Second Amendment? No. I don't agree with those guys. It's like, you got to stick with your guns. If someone were to ask me, hey, do you own guns? I'll say, hell yeah, I own guns. I'll say, yeah, is there a problem with that? People are like, oh, what's wrong with this country? And I said, okay, fine, that's your opinion. You have the right to say that to my face, and I have a right to disagree with you. That's fine. Okay? I'm not going to, you know, cower away and say that, oh no, you know, it's bad. It's a bad image for us, and I shouldn't say, you know, uphold that I have a gun, you know. But Sean Hannity, I've lost a ton of respect for him now as a decent news anchor, somebody who had points that I would agree with, and you know, totally just crushed the liberals when doing interviews or talking about things. You know, gives you good things to talk about and things to bring up if you ever did argue with a liberal. You know, I would use Sean Hannity as like him and Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson's a really good one too. Tucker Carlson is further ahead on the scale than Hannity, but after this, now Tucker is like takes the cake for me now. But But what Sean Hannity did was just ridiculous. But anyways, let me know your thoughts. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I missed something. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Disagree with me. Let me know in the comments what you think about Sean Hannity and his disagreement with Trump and his dislike for these militia guys who are standing up for their rights, and said that they pulled a twisted sister and said we're not going to take it. So yeah. So we'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one. Peace.